will all of these overnight cues impact our own markets? Our research team is joining in with the trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news this morning. First up, Vinny is joining in to get all the market cues we need to watch out for. Vinny, good morning. It's a big day today out of the RBI policy. What's the trade setup looking like?
Absolutely an important day that we are keeping an eye out on. Just a throwback to what happened in terms of yesterday's trading session. Nifty, Sensex, they ended lower. Second consecutive day of the Nifty as well as the Sensex ending in the red. Broader markets, they saw some bit of a selling pressure as well. Mid-cap index as well as the small cap, that saw a bit of an underperformance coming in. Nifty Bank, that was some bit of a green that we saw in yesterday's trading session. That was supported by Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. Nifty Bank today also will be in focus given that we are watching out for the rate cut decisions that will be coming on from the RBI. FIIs continue to sell in yesterday's trading session as well. So second day of sell coming in from the FIIs. FIIs sold around 3,549 crores while the DIIs bought 2,721 crores in yesterday's trading session. Like we were saying as well, all eyes are going to be on that RBI's MPC meet decision. This is the first one that is under the new governor, that is Sanjay Malhotra. So keep an eye out on that. We're expecting a 25 basis point repo rate cut this time. Key to watch out for. Other than that, Indian rupee, what is the reaction on that? Because Indian rupee has been weak in the last few sessions as well. So keep an eye on that. Earnings reaction is what we're watching out from ITC, Britannia, Aurobindo Pharma, and Nifty implied open indicating a slight bit of a positive start as of now. We'll see if that's going to be sustaining at the end of the day.
All eyes will be on 10 a.m. when the RBI governor comes out with the policy decision, and that will be a key determinant to the market direction. Vinny, thanks a lot for that. Over to Vamakshi now with the stocks to watch in today's session. Vamakshi, good morning.
Well, good morning, Hormaz. Let me first start off with Bharti Airtel. The ARPU has increased to 245 as compared to 208 in the same quarter last year. Mobile data consumption is seeing an uptick of 23.2% and the net profit has come in significantly higher, and this is mainly on account of an exceptional gain of 7,550 odd crores. ITC, on the other hand, has reported its numbers. ITC's cigarette volume growth came in at 5% as compared to our poll of 3 to 4%. Revenue saw an uptick of 8.6%, came in below estimates, and the net profit is seeing a marginal uptick of 1.2%. Hero MotoCorp, the margins have improved by 50 basis points to 14.5%, came in above estimates. Net profit too is seeing a good growth of 12.1%, and the company has declared an interim dividend of 100 rupees per share. Britannia's domestic volume growth came in at 6% as compared to our estimates of 4 to 5%. When we look at the margins, they have declined, but they have come in above street expectations, and the net profit seeing an uptick of 4.8% is above the street's expectations. Apollo Tyres revenue sees an uptick of 5%. The margins has contracted significantly to 13.7%, and the net profit is seeing a downtick of almost 32%. BSE's revenue, EBITDA and margin have come in above estimates. Net profit is, however, seeing a significant downtick of 37% sequentially, mainly on account of higher contribution to Settlement Guarantee Fund or SGF. PG Electroplast has reported a good set, revenue seeing a very strong uptick of 82%. The net profit has doubled to almost 40 crores. And lastly, let's keep an eye out on Religare. US-based investor Digvijay Gaikwad has proposed open offer for 55% stake, has moved the Supreme Court. He has challenged Delhi HC order which allowed Burman open offer to continue. So on the back of this news, we will be keeping an eye out on Religare as well.
Oh yes, indeed. That's the other big development today after the RBI policy. Vamakshi, thanks a lot for highlighting that. And finally, Mangalam joins in with cues from the FNO space. Mangalam, good morning. Well, going into a big event, what's the FNO data indicating here?
Well, there was a fair amount of consolidation on the downside that we saw yesterday. The Nifty closed around the 23,600 mark, lower end of the range at which option writers had written straddles itself. It's spoken about that. The Nifty Bank marginally outperformed and the mid-cap index was the underperformer. The stocks to watch today would be ITC post its cigarette volume growth beat that has come by. SBI after its results, how much of the negatives are in the price. And the third thing we'll be watching out for is HDFC Bank, because that was the one that single-handedly powered the Nifty Bank ahead in the last couple of hours of trade itself. And speaking about banks, we have the RBI policy outcome that everyone's talking about. For the Nifty Bank itself, the first resistance comes up at the 50-day moving average, which is 50,711. The FIS, they went back to their selling ways for 2 days in a row. Now they've sold once again. 3,500 crore worth selling in the cash market yesterday, and 2,700 crore was the purchase by DIIs. What's interesting is that after a couple of sessions of short covering, the FIS went back on their selling in index futures as well, close to around 1,200 crores. We were talking about how the Nifty Bank will be more important than the Nifty today because of the RBI policy outcome. The FIs believe so too. They've bought about 172 crores in the Nifty Bank, whereas they've sold 1,300 crores in the Nifty futures itself. So they've unwound 3,700 long contracts, added about 3,000 short contracts, and their long exposure, which yesterday was just about 18% has now come down to 16%, with the net exposure being 1.6 lakh odd on the negative side. 23,600 straddle most active, telling you for the next week options or the next week series, the range that the people are playing for is close to around 23,200, 23,300 at the lower level to 23,900 at the upper level. We'll keep an eye out on that. For the Nifty, the 50-day moving average, an important resistance as well.
That 50-day moving average has been that resistance band all through the week, right? Mangalam, thanks a lot for that.